Hi guys, I'm Lady Tuano for the VAULT-TEC Inc. and here's another thing to do in Fallout 4. Alright, so today we're going to hunt down one of my favorite weapons in the game, which is one of the more rare and obscure weapons that you can find in one of the unmarked locations. And I'm going to keep it a surprise right now because some of you, or most of the hardcore fans, have probably found this by now. But it actually took me several months of playing this game before I came across it. You know, that's the great thing about Fallout 4. You can play it for months and months and months and still find really incredible new things. So we're in the Pip-Boy right now, and we're going to go to Finch Farm because I think aside from Sage's Ironworks, that's the closest place to this. I don't really like Sage's Ironworks, even though I do have it cleared. No, we don't want to go there. We want to go to Finch Farm. And one thing you want to have if you're going to do it the way I'm about to do it is the Aqua Boy or Aqua Girl perk, because you do have to cross water to get there. It is an unmarked location, it's kind of a bunker, but the reason I'm showing you how to find this weapon as opposed to a lot of the other secret weapons in the game is because I think getting to this weapon is really neat. The process of getting through to it and going to it, and there's a bit of a puzzle element to it, and I think that that's fun, and there kind of needs to be more of that in Fallout. So we're at Finch Farm now, and I'm going to go directly across, and I can actually see it right from here. It is this bunker area across from Finch Farm. You see that green door that's just kind of glowing, just this little area here that doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's just kind of buried there. So we're going to cross the water, and like I said, Aqua Boy, Aqua Girl perk, pretty useful, although it's a really short distance, so you'll probably be fine if you don't have those perks. There is a staircase here. I think that this is like a parking lot or something. This might be a marked location. So yeah, this is slightly tucked open, so you go in here, and you know, there might be some loot. And then there's this pump house, and this is where you want to go. And this is where things start to get a little weird and a little interesting, and almost necessitating a tutorial. I mean, it's pretty easy. If you ever played Portal, this will be like child's play, but it's just this interesting little locking mechanism where you have these buttons, and they bring up these little numbers, so these blocks just appear magically. And you also notice that this place is freaking on fire, like it's covered in oil and stuff, so there's actually a haze in the air. It's so oily here. So you just rotate through these numbers by pressing these buttons, and that's just kind of quirky. You know, like any game, they have the code in the room. So if you look around long enough, you will find that the code is actually on this back wall, 0451. So we put that in. All right, so it's actually 10451, which I guess makes sense. Maybe the 1 got rubbed off or something, but there was no 0, so I put in 10 and that worked. So be a little careful. I think that there might be a trap in here, maybe not. I think just the oil slick in general, you have to be a little careful. Obviously take the fusion core, but this is super interesting. So this guy is completely just burned up and headless, which leaves a lot to the imagination. And he's by this gun, the Gainer. Sets target on fire for 15 points of damage, and it's a 44, which is super nice. So if you're a fan of like pistols that do a lot of damage, this thing is nice. I will say that the reload time on it is really slow, and that's the one disadvantage I have found in using it. But it's one of my favorite weapons in the game, and I just like the little puzzle element here. I feel like there's just a bit of an unspoken story to this character. So I looked around a bit. I didn't find any holotapes or letters or anything that might have explained what was going on a little bit more. But I think you can kind of make the inference that this guy probably blew his head off and then was promptly set on fire, because that's what this gun does. And they give you a little oil slick here to play around with it and try it out. So let's go ahead and give it a shoot. The Gainer. That is really something. And the great thing is every single bullet that comes out of this gun sets your target on fire. It's not a random event. Like some legendaries, I think, you know, it's like a 20% chance of setting somebody on fire, or you might have perks that have like a 20% chance of doing this or that. This does set it, every shot is fire. But, you know, like I said, I went 4 or 5 shots and I already have to reload and it's kind of slow. So I would not recommend this on like a feral ghoul or something. But this thing does 48 base damage, because I don't think I have any like gun perks or anything. So that's pretty much the minimum that it will do is 48. So, and it is moddable. So I think with my other character, I did mod this gun to do like crazy damage. But yeah, that's the gainer, and it's really easy to find. If you have Finch Farm as a location on your map, all you have to do is just cross the lake and get into this little pump house here and put in the code and you're good. If you're interested in more tutorials and more Fallout fandom fun stuff, visit www.thevaulttecinc.com, and we'll see you next time. Bye.